Like Twitter was actually going bankrupt. It was going towards the negative
before Elon took over.
Bought it. Yeah.
So they were fucked.
They were not. I think
in trouble.
Yeah. Like I don't know exactly.
Did he know that when he bought it?
I think so. Maybe not the full extent of it.
What a wild move.
Yeah.
What a wild move. Step in and buy a social media corporation, the number one distributor of information.
Yeah.
I mean, if not the number one, was maybe Facebook's number one.
Fundamentally a software engineering company, so he's rolling in there, like not knowing anything about the teams, not anything. It's probably just like waking up one day and just saying, you know what? Like it was probably had to do, I haven't talked to him actually about this, like what was the, like, why was he in a mood that he said, I'm going to buy Twitter? But it probably had to do with like certain features not working well. It's like, why are they not innovating? Because he really likes Twitter. He's like, this is a pretty cool website. Like, why are they not innovating on making this thing better?
I think there was also this issue of censorship. I think that's a big issue with him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's cursory. I think one of his statements was that if they can't pull it off, like democracy might be doomed. I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder, where does it go if there is complete control of a narrative and then it becomes untangleable, right? Like if there's complete control of a narrative and information, it's actually controlled by the central power. It's controlled by the government. It's controlled by whoever's in office, by the intelligence agencies, which never leave office. If that becomes how all of our information gets out to us, that is you would hope that they would do a great job in being fair and balanced and telling us the truth about everything and just keeping us from bad information. But if you go over the history of not just this country but of every country, there's been times where they've done things that are contrary to the interest of the public, and they've done it measurably. You could see it. You get freedom of information files on all kinds of things that the government's done that people are very, very unhappy with. If they can control a narrative, and that's fucking dangerous. And him being in control of Twitter, as much as the cucks freak out, at the end of the day, like, at least you have one pathway for information where you get to see things debated and disputed, and that's just not the case in the other ones.
Well, there's a problem. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Sure.
Elon can be corrupted.
Sure.
And so he's been attacked by the left aggressively, which is part of the reason he's now leaning right. If I were to guess, I'm not a therapist, but now he's leaning right, I believe, more than like he's comfortable with because of the intense attacks from the left. So it's like a vicious cycle. But like that, you can convert the bias that Twitter previously had into the other direction.
Yeah.
And either the left or the right are they're both susceptible to the corrupting nature of power. And so I think the bigger issues, what I think Jack Dorsey has talked about, is putting the power of censorship into the hands of the company is the problem. So you have to somehow remove it. You have to distribute. You have to outsource, remove the sense, like leave it up to the people to censor themselves, meaning to like control what kind of people I want in my life on social media, who am I interacting with. Don't have a centralized committee and meeting that censors, because that's you're going to get, you'll always run into trouble there. And you see that now with even Twitter. There's questionable decisions being made now in the other direction also, but in general, like it seems like there's cherry picking of who gets banned and not.
Right.
That's always going to be the case if it's centralized.
Yeah.
It's going to probably be better with Elon because he's not he's more allergic to bullshit than others, but any centralized power is going to get corrupted.
Yeah. Interesting. Isn't Jack Dorsey working on some sort of a decentralized version of social media?
Yeah, he has been for a while. I think he launched some stuff. There's interesting ideas. But I think he really believes in fully decentralized.
Yeah.
Which I think there's some centralization which is really important to create a product that's awesome to use.
You want a benevolent leader?
Well, no. Yes, but a benevolent leader that sets the mission and so on and hires and everything like that. But certain stuff like censorship, you have to outsource it. You have to make it distributed.
But should you even have it at all?
Yes, because it's complicated because it's freedom of speech versus freedom of reach. I don't want a person with a megaphone, screaming. Like, I want to be able to choose not to listen to the screaming guy.
Right.
I want to, like, my life is happy. There's a podcast I can recommend, podcast show, Intelligence Squared Debates. There's a U.S. version and there's a British version. If you like British snark, that's a little better. And they have, like, pretty heated debates between each other. I like that. I like that kind of disagreement, those debates, and high effort disagreement.
Yes.
Like, people just talking shit and mocking and trolls, like Jordan has talked about. They destroy the quality of the conversation. Now, I don't want to, like, remove them from they should have a community. If people want to say shitty things to each other, is great, but each individual person should be able to control to some degree how cool their party is.
Well, that's what Mastodon's trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Adam Curry talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of control who's in your Mastodon server, and you could stop shitty people from interacting with you.
But the problem with Mastodon is that there's not enough centralization to create an awesome product. Like, as a product, it kind of sucks. Like, it's very difficult to set up. It's
difficult to navigate.
To use. It's difficult to, like no person with a large following is going to use it for now. I mean, that's
for now.
The same with Rumble too. Like, Rumble, I think I would love for Rumble to be successful. So
is it successful yet?
I don't think so. There's a few famous people that went on to Rumble.
They're throwing a lot of money around.
Yeah, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to create a really nice product that competes with YouTube. Like, where the thing, not the content, but, like, it's fun to use, it's easy to use. Like, you can play in the background. There's no bugs. There's just a million, like, the recommendation works. Everything just works. Like, YouTube is really easy to use. The search, the discovery, the stuff that's apolitical. The search discovery works great. The comment system works great. Like, the actual interface works great. Rumble, I think, has a way to go there, but philosophically, Rumble just provides a nice resistance to the over censorship that is YouTube, over caution that is YouTube.